Our first one froze. Randomly selected teams.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
Looking at a homeless body.
For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up against the Charlotte Hornets. Taking a look at the Hornets, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Fellas, it seems like so much goes into being successful at the professional level. I want to ask a more general question. What was the key to your success as a player and as a champion?
You know what? Most people would say you would start at the top, but I'll start where it began. Wilmot Benjamin, Tom Donahue, coaches who've helped me at my AAU, early stages out, then going to the late.
Yeah, let's just go past this. Okay, I don't know the buttons.
X is to pass.
Oh, say does that
Oh, Canada.
Welcome to the Palace of Auburn Hills. We're in suburban Detroit, the home of the Pistons, where we'll be broadcasting today's game live. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA presented by 2K Sports for this Thursday afternoon game. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
Look at Lester playing mind games already.
Yeah, I don't know why they default to that. Where did we change that? No? Was it in camera? Oh, camera, here you go. R1. Yeah, 2K. Was it 2K? Ever played it? I think we played 2K. And then we zoomed it a little, or? Yeah, that's enough.
It's the shittiest angle I've ever seen.
You don't like it?
We'll play it. Let's play it, Lester. Nate doesn't need angles.
Okay.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in at the 5 spot. Here's Drummond. Excellent D there from Williams. Jackson against Batum. He dishes it to Walker. Tires from the corner, and he drops that one in.
Okay, you don't need the flash, boys.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well versed he is as a coach.
My goodness, since when does he score off the crossover? Now I've truly seen it all.
Now here's Batum. D right on him. On the wing, Batum. The dish to Zeller. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Just 4 to shoot. And a wide open look for Zeller. The shot no good. And Detroit the other way now.
He's a giant.
Kicks it to Drummond. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
Travel. Like Lester in real life. I wanted to. Lester wanted this fucking.
Jackson against Walker. Picked by Zeller. The feed now to Kid Gilchrist.
Get it out of there.
And Morris comes over to help. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. That is good. Kid Gilchrist has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Drummond with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Caldwell Pope passes to Harris. Buries it from 3-point range.
It only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Now here's Walker. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And he gets the bucket.
Defensively, that possession.
Well, the rest of my team helped crash the board there.
They just handed him 2 points. And guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making.
Sorry, this is going to be a boring upload,
guys. Consistent as he needs to be, and a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Just thinking again about Kemba Walker's field goal percentage, Greg. You were talking about shot under 40%, Clark, from the floor last year.
Yeah, and I think so much of shooting percentage is a function of shot selection. That's 3 out of the last 4 seasons now, under 40% for Kemba. In order to be an elite point guard, that number's got to go up.
An arcade game.
Hornets trail by 3.
NBA Jam.
Pass to Zeller. Back to Walker. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Kemba Walker with an eerily similar season once again. Stats the last 3 years have ironically been very close.
Yeah, you talked about those 3 years. Almost 18 points a game in around 35 minutes. So did so on just under 16 shots as well. So becoming more and more efficient.
Charlotte making a switch here. Jefferson's checked in.
You know, it's kind of one of those weird anomalies when you look at Kemba's numbers, because in each of those seasons, he played a different number of games. Just one of those kind of quirky, weird things we pick up on sometimes when our brain is foggy.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Caldwell Pope. That's 7 points for Reggie Jackson.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Why did he dunk it?
That's good.
And for Walker, guys, and his stats, even for players considered consistent, there is more variation than what Walker has put up.
Now here is Harris. 5 points in the game. Here's Jackson. Again, the Pistons score.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Here's Jefferson. Can't hit. Some solid defense from Harris.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Morris kicks to Harris.
Thanks, Gary.
Taken away by Williams. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Batum leading the charge. That's tipped.
Come on, Gary. I need some NBA Jam. I don't need
Detroit
shit.
moving it up. Here's Caldwell Pope, and Detroit again with the bucket.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going. And Charlotte had a lot of momentum going into last season off that playoff appearance. But they just stumbled out of the gates last season and spent the whole year playing catch-up.
So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Morris. Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Caldwell Pope. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Williams.
What?
He comes in for Lamb, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for Detroit?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Lynn dishes to Kaminsky. Clock is at 3. Johnson with the
Draw the foul.
Charlotte will retain possession.
Hornets ball. Thanks, Gary. Didn't notice.
So it's the Hornets now. They trail by 9 points.
And how about the interior defense here early on? They have really shut down the middle.
And that's always your first
priority.
What's going on here, Greg? And I think they're doing a nice job.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense. There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now, here's Meeks. He has 5. From deep. Rebounded by Kaminsky. Here is Lynn. Here's Lamb. And that's not going to go. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Pistons lead by 8. It's the NBA.
This is a really nice game, I have to admit.
And Jeremy, a lot of players come a long way in his time in this league from going undrafted out of Harvard to where it is now.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lynn has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lynn.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Jackson and Caldwell both the guards. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. Batum with the ball. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Knocks it loose.
What the hell is wrong with it?
Now Detroit moving it up. Jackson, that's good. And it's a 10-point Piston
Still learning the game, guys.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed.
What was that?
In terms of their low post defense.
Pass to Harris. In the corner, Drummond with it. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Hornets trail by 10. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Lynn. Outside Williams. This one for 3. The basket good off the assist from Lynn.
Look at that.
Williams has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't
Learning
any
a little
true
bit
centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Marcus Morris has checked in for Detroit. The Hornets also changing it up. Cody Zeller's checked in for Kaminsky. And it's Kemba Walker in for Jeremy Lin.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly
a
breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on it. And that feeling turned out to be correct. And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts in Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
Let's play
the second free throw, good. Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good move, and with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
Outside Williams. Feeds it to Zeller. And it's good, assisting on the play was Williams.
That. Play the game.
Outstanding patience and decision-making for them
offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And the basket by Harris.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Is it automatically?
Reggie Jackson made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
And the Pistons making a change here. Meeks is checked in. Charlotte also making some changes.
What the hell did he just
Jefferson comes in for Marvin Williams. And Lee subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Good on the triple. And now a 9-point Piston lead.
And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Here's Walker. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Jackson will look for a fresh start this season. I mean, hard to play with all the drama and questions going in your head about pending free agency.
No good on the free throw.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Johnson comes in for Harris. Here's Caldwell Pope, guarded by Walker. Pistons passing it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. So the whistle blows on the shot for 2 free throws for the contact right there. As you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement, and Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assists and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Hornets trail by 10. Out of bounds. Detroit takes
I
possession.
thought it was circle, but it was
clear where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too, because he's hyper-competitive, and I think he's got a chance to be a superb defender at the NBA level.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Johnson. Cracks in the tray. Johnson's got 5.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Anthony Tolliver unloads. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
You know, and for Cody Zeller, after that promising rookie campaign, he just did not tear it up in year 2. In fact, his production only improved slightly. But that was mostly due to the increase in playing time. Talented guy, no doubt, just still trying to find his way in the league.
So he comes up empty at the line. And for Cody Zeller, Greg, there's a reason he was the 4th overall pick back in 2013. He showed the size and athleticism to be a difference maker in college. And now he has to do it at the pro level as well, and I think people are pretty confident he can.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with those folks myself because he does have the tools. It's now a matter of transitioning and becoming a little better shooting the ball than he's shown.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Johnson.
That was the worst.
Here's Morris. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now Walker to end the run, and he gets the bucket. Walker's got 10 points. And that concludes the first half.
It's my birthday party tomorrow. If anyone on the internet is free,
12.
come on over.
And now
we'll stream it live.
Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, guys, I'm here.
If you get a hold of Mario, tell him
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Yeah. $30.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal. The story early on was Reggie Jackson, who was on fire. He had 11 points, 3 assists, and... All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
When you're hot, you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Jackson. He's got 11 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
Yeah, he can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Tipping off the second half, here's Steve Clifford's 5. Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Kemba Walker is out there with Batum, and it's Zeller in at the 5. Dishes to Harris. The pass to Morris from 18 feet away. Hornets with the rebound.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Here's Caldwell Pope.
Are you kidding me?
Assist from Harris.
No.
Caldwell Pope's got 5.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Kaminsky, he's checked in for the Hornets. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky jumper coming into the league. And prior to last year, really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do to try to change the entire form and structure of your jump shot.
Harris misses.
Perfectly played defensively there. He made that a very difficult look.
Williams attacking, and he dunks it down.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
Here's Caldwell Pope, guarded by Walker. Caldwell Pope dishes to Morris. 5 to shoot. Jackson up top, defended by Batum. Offensive rebound, out to Harris. From deep.
Block out, boy.
That's good.
Are you
He's
kidding me?
5
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Clark for Kid Gilchrist, and his shot, it seemed to be a step in the right direction for his entire offensive game.
Well, Kevin, it was the first year of reworking that jump shot, and the mid-range percentage has gone up as a result. That's positive progress.
Oh, come on.
Here's Caldwell Pope. That one wide left.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
It's stolen by Morris. Pass break Detroit for the finish.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. And the Hornets making a change here. Lynch checked in.
Spacing.
Hornets trail by 21, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's Caldwell Pope, defended by Batum. Harris passes to Drummond. Rebound by Williams. Hornets have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Lynn kicks to Kaminsky. Outside, Lynn drills the three-pointer. Lynn's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Detroit leading by 18.
First bucket of the game.
Here's Caldwell Pope.
What?
That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 4th assist in this one. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Williams dishes to Lynn. From deep. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Batum with the steal. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Outside, Williams. Lets it go from deep. Detroit with the rebound.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned.
Get off my
guys,
back.
when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
Watching Lester
look here
smash
for Detroit. Tolliver comes in for Marcus Morris.
And
it's Jody Meeks in for Caldwell Pope. Charlotte also making some changes. Jefferson's checked in for Williams. Lamb comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Lee's subbed in for Nicholas Batum. That drops.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Pistons leading by 18. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win. The consummate pro and team player.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. And it's Johnson in for Tobias Harris. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Zeller's checked in.
Deserves to be on the field.
Here's Jackson. 15 points in the game. Here's Meeks. Here is Tolliver. He's covered by Zeller. Tolliver kicks to Johnson. Lets it go. Tolliver the pass to Johnson. Jackson dishes to Meeks.
I know he's just running down the clock.
No luck. Now Charlotte takes it the other way. 58 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And a wide open look for Lynn. And a miss there on the triple.
Damn you, Lynn.
Pistons leading by 19 points. There's the triple. The offensive rebound. Jackson. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It goes on Cody Zeller. For Detroit, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Lynn kicks to Zeller. He feeds it to Lee. Out of bounds.
What? I don't know what I'm pressing.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Detroit's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the 3rd quarter. They've made 3 at 6. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Lee kicks to Lynn. Shot and game clock separated by 5. He dishes it to Zeller. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Zeller's got his 2nd basket of the game. On the wing, Johnson. There's the 3. And that one's good.
Look at this. He's draining 3s.
Smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. It's
okay. It's just a game. Life.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Hornets trail by 21. Jody Meeks out there with Caldwell Pope. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Morris a screen. Down low. Got a piece of it.
Why'd you shoot it?
And it's Lee that time on the assist by Walker.
And now that's how you start a fast break and how you finish it.
Now, here's Meeks, guarded by Walker. Harris outside. Meeks dishes to Drummond. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Clock at 6. Shoots it. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Meeks with it. He's picked up by Walker. And it's Harris off the drive. And Jefferson sends it back. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
Stop the clock a little bit. Whatever.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it.
Look at Lester. Yeah,
Here's Meeks. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
And Jody Meeks last season, coming off the best effort of his career the year before, signed a big contract with the Pistons. They thought he'd be their designated three-point shooter. Instead, he missed the first 22 games with a back injury and just never really got in sync.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Lee outside. Back to Walker.
What the fuck am I doing?
He kicks it to Jefferson. That's good. Now for Jody Meeks, we were just talking about with Greg last year, Clark. He did have a game where he rained 9 3-pointers on Orlando, just one short of the Pistons' all-time record.
Well, it's all about rhythm for him. I tell you where he finally found some rhythm last month of the season. I mean, he shot 57 and 40.
All the effort he put in, just squashed right.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
And the basket by Harris. And the Pistons lead by 20. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Boy, their hounding, harassing efforts at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
For 3. Rebounded by Lamb. Hornets trail by 18.
Fuck off me.
Meeks with the steal. Drummond working against Lee. And Drummond kicks to Meeks. Out left to the wing. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Jackson, he's checked in for Detroit. And then for Charlotte, Marvin Williams is checked in for Zeller. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Lamb. And it's Batum in for Courtney Lee. Williams, that's good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Near the three-point line, it's Morris, kept alive. Drummond, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Pistons leading by 16. Here's Caldwell Pope. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go.
What?
And stolen by Harris.
What a big shot, man.
Jackson in the corner. Good. And Harris gets the assist. 18 points for Reggie Jackson.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Walker in the post, guarded by Jackson. Harris against Kid Gilchrist. It's stolen by Harris. And now the Pistons fast break. Jackson's got the ball. Hornets with the rebound. Kid Gilchrist has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Let's put down this controller.
Back to Morris.
Foul his ass.
And Marvin Williams.
Foul him.
Foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. The Hornets also changing it up. Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson. Lamb comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Detroit.
But, Steve, you don't see this kind of a blowout often tonight. This is a quality win across the board to deliver out. Clark,
play smart. Play smart.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Reggie Jackson. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in. And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss. He saw that one was going long, and he tracked it down.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. Goes back up. Kaminsky. It's deflected. The dish now to Meeks. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Charlotte. A fast break now for Charlotte. Lamb, good.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Here's Johnson. Good. And the assist goes to Blake.
I quit. Send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean,
I don't want to play this anymore.
Proud of their work tonight.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Tolliver kicks to Johnson. His first shot coming late. That one off the back iron and out.
Say something like last dunk wins or last three-pointer wins.
Outside Kid Gilchrist. Williams passes to Kaminsky and taken away by Johnson.
Punch him.
Baines.
Punch him.
And so the Pistons taking
Thank you guys for watching. Thriftdwellers out. Stay tuned for a video tomorrow. Peace.
In total control, operating flawlessly. And Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that's